doing math with RHB, and we're looking at comparing fraction values, lesson 31. I'm going to raise that up a bit. That's better. Comparing fraction values, lesson 31. Sometimes when you get odd looking fractions, it's really tough to know which one's bigger, which one's smaller, which one you should be using. To compare them, you need to convert them. So, looking at, I'm up too high. We're going to compare fraction values. To find which fraction is larger, we have to compare the fractions by changing the fractions to a common denominator. Once you do that, because whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. You multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number. So, is 2/3 or 3/4 larger? Alright, most of the time you could say, well, 3/4 of a dollar would be more than 2/3 of a dollar, but sometimes the answer is not so obvious. So, to change it, you need to convert the fractions. Most of the time, the easiest way to convert is to multiply the two denominators together. And because whatever denominator you're going to end up with here, it has to be something that both, in this case, 3 and 4 will divide into evenly. So sometimes multiplying the two will give you a huge number, and then maybe something smaller that you can figure out. In this case, the easiest number is 12. Now, whatever I did to the 3 to get 12, I multiplied it by 4, so therefore I have to multiply the top by 4. Same here, 4 I multiplied by 3 to get 12, so I have to multiply 3 by 3 to get 9 or 12. So, 3/4 is larger. So as you convert the two, you have the same denominator. You can see now there are 9 parts here, there are 8 parts there. If you have mixed numbers, so I have the same, where am I going here? I have the same whole number, 2, 2, and 2, but each of the fractions is different, 3/5, 7/10, 8/15. So to convert them, and we need to leave the 2's alone, in this case, because they're all the same. So our whole number is 2. What we need is a common denominator. Well, 5 times 10 times 15, you're going to end up with a very large denominator. So we have to see if there's some way to make it smaller. So 5 times 10 is 50. Well, 5 and 10 will both go into 50 evenly, no problem. 15 won't go in evenly, so we can't use 50. And it gets kind of large. So 10 times 15 is 150. 5 will go into that. 10 will go into it, and 15 will go into it. The biggest problem is it's very large. So if you know your numbers at all, there's another number that 15, 10, and 5 will go into evenly, and it's smaller, and that would be 30. So if I want to know in order which one's larger, which one's smaller, converting them to the same. So 5 times 6 gave me 30. So 3 times 6 will give me 18. 10 times 3 gave me 30. So 7 times 3 will, oops, that's not very good, 3 will give me 21. 15 times 2 gave me 30. 8 times 2 is 16. So largest one, okay, so if we go the smallest to largest, so it would be 2 and 8, 15 is the smallest. Next one would be 2 and 3/5. And the last one would be 2 and 7/10. That's in order smallest to largest. but looking at them, very tough to do without converting them.